Hello, my lovely students. How are you all? My name is Lavish Agrawal and I'm your maths educator. Today we are taking class 6 mathematics chapter number 2, that is lines and angles. And in today's part we will be covering about angles. So let's start and find out what are the angles. For understanding the angles we need rays. And how do we get rays? We know that ray has one starting point and it can be extended in other direction. So let's take one point on the screen and make a ray with the help of this. Is that clear? We will take another point and we will make another ray with the help of this. But sir, how we are getting angles with the help of these two rays? So let's find out. If I take a point on the screen and if I join both the rays, that means if I make the starting point of both the rays common, we will get angle. So let's make two rays with the help of this point. But where is the angle, sir? So let's find out and read more about these angles. So we will understand what are the angles. As you have seen that we have made a point B and we have made BC and BA as a ray. Is that clear? So now let's find out what are the angles. So an angle is formed. When the angle is formed, an angle is formed by two rays. An angle is formed by two rays if their common starting point is same. That means an angle is formed by two rays having a common starting point. And in this figure, we can see that BC and BA is a ray and B is the common point of both the rays. That means somewhere on this part, an angle is formed. So here is your angle. As you can see the distance between BA and BC, this distance, this is called the angle. Is that clear? Understood? Now, B is the vertex of the angle and you can see point B here. This is called the vertex of this angle and ray BC and BA are not called rays in the following figure, but what these rays are known as? These rays are known as the arms of the angle. So let's check on the screen. The rays BC and BA are called the arms of the angle. Like we do have two arms, so we have two rays. This is our two rays. So basically this point has these two rays. These are known as their arms. So basically BC and BA are the arms of this angle. Is that clear? If yes, let's find out some angles in the following figures. You can see a clock on a screen. Fine, this is a clock. It has three hands. Let's ignore this red hand, that means the second hands, and we will check the hour hand and the minute hand. Can you find out any angle in the following figure? Yes, we can see that this is a angle. Is that clear? That means the angle formed between the minute hand and the hour hand. Why? Because that are the two rays. If I will take this as a starting point, I can say that sir, this is a ray and this one is the ray. That means the distance between both of them is called the angle. Is that clear? I hope it is understood. Now let's take second example. As you can see in this picture, we will see that this is the angle. As you can see, why this is angle? Because this is the starting point. One ray is this, other ray is this. That means this is the starting point. Is that clear? This is called the angle of these rays. I hope it is clear. Now let's check the third example. In the third example, you will see that we are seeing a scissor which is very commonly used in our homes. So where the angle is formed, so its angle is this. Basically, this is the ray and this is the ray. This is the common starting point and we can say this is the distance between both the rays. So this is called the angle. Is that clear? Now let's check one more example on the screen. As you can see, we are always using this compass in our classroom. So this is the angle in the compass. Why? Because this is the starting point, this is a ray, this is a ray, and this is the distance between both the rays. So basically we have understood that the angle is formed with two rays and the distance between those two rays is known as angles. Is that clear? I hope it is understood. If yes, let's find out some questions. Question is saying, can you mark the arms? What you have to mark? You have to mark the arms and vertex of the angle. So, but we can see that on this angles, name is not mentioned. So how will we denote the points? With the help of capital letter of English alphabet. So let's name it first. Let's give it a name A, B and C points. Is that clear? Now, the question is asking what are the arms. So, we can say the arms are, as we can see, B is the starting point and BC is a ray and BA is a ray. And we know that rays are called the arms. So, basically, we do have two arms, that is arm BA, or we can say BA or BC. You don't have to put this sign. Clear? That means we have how many rays? We have two rays. That means we have two arms. Is that clear? Understood? So if you want to put, you can put the mark also. Is that clear? Now, you have to name the vertex. So tell me what is the vertex. As we know that angle is forming at B. So that means this is called the vertex of the angle. So we can say what is the vertex. So angle B is formed here. So B is the vertex of the following angles. Is that clear? Understood? If yes, let's check the next question. Now, here in this question, we have to find the vertex and we have to find the arms of the angles. So let's give it a name. So we will write it A, O and B. Understood? So we have to tell कि यहाँ पे arms कौन सी है और यहाँ पे vertex कौन सा है. तो let's find. यहाँ पे हमारे पास arms कौन सी है. So we do have arms, that is OA. Yes or no? तो OA हमारे पास एक arm है और OB हमारे पास एक arm है. Is that clear? Now the question was asking vertex कौन सा है. So let's take the vertex. तो हमारे पास जो वर्टेक्स है वो है वर्टेक्स O, क्योंकि हमें पता है जहां पे दो रे मीट करती है और एंगल फॉर्म करती है उसी जगह को हम वर्टेक्स कहते हैं. इज दैट क्लियर? नाउ what we have to see is we have to check how the angles are named, how we will name the angles. So for representing the angles you have to use a symbol, that is this. You have to use this symbol to represent a angle. Is that clear? You have to use this symbol to represent an angle. So let's check how we will name the angles and how we can use this symbol to represent the name of an angle. So let's find out on the screen name of the angle. So as you can see, you have a figure on the screen and BC and BA are the arms and B is the vertex. Now, how will you name this angle? So for naming the angle, you will write angle CBA, or we can write angle ABC. We can write angle ABC or just we can write angle B. Is that clear? So let's check on the screen. We can give it a name angle ABC. We can write it angle CBA or we can write only angle B. Understood? But one thing that you have to remember is while writing the angles, you will not use the word angle and angle again and again. You have to use these symbols to represent the angles. First thing clear. Second thing that you have to remember is the place where the angle is formed, it will always come in between. As you can see, I have written CBA. Why? Because B is coming in between and B is forming an angle. In this, I have given name ABC and you can see that angle is forming at B. That is why I have given it in the center. Is that clear? And if not using the three letters, then you can use single letter. In this, you don't have to see anything. You can directly write the name of angle. Is that clear? I hope it is understood. If yes, then let's figure out some question. You have to name the angles. Now, you can see a figure on the screen and you have to name the angles in the following figure. So let's find out what are the angles in the following figure. As we can see, Q is the starting point and we can see that three rays are passing from the point Q. What are the three rays? We can say QS, QR and QP are three rays. So basically what are the name of angles? So we know that angle is formed between the two rays. That means the distance between two rays is known as angles. So let's find out what are the angles here. So QS and QR is a ray and QR and QP is a ray. So we can say this is the angle, the distance between QS and QR. So we can write angle SQ. Is that clear? Next, we can say QR and QP is a ray and this is the distance between them. So we can say RQP is a angle. Is that clear? And the last one is, we can say that QS and QP is a ray. So the distance between QS and QP, this whole part, this is also known as angle. So we can write SQP. So basically we have got three angles from the following figure, that is angle SQR, angle RQP and angle SQP. Is that clear? Understood? If yes, then let's move towards the second question. Second question is saying you have to name the angles. In this figure also, what you have to do, you have to name the angles. So let's find out angles in this figure also. So what are the angles? Can we say that C is the starting point and CD and CB are the rays? So can we say that this is the distance between both the rays? Yes. So we can say that angle DCB is forming. And another angle is, we can say that B is the starting point and BC and BA are the rays. So the distance between both the rays, that is BC and BA, is forming an angle, this one. So we can say that angle CBA. Is that clear? So basically we have got two angles from the following figure, that is angle DCB and angle CBA. I hope it is clear what are angles and how these angles are formed. Understood? If yes, then let's move forward. Now we have done what are angles, how the angles are formed, how we give the name of these angles, and how we will figure out how many angles are there in the following figures. So let's give a quick revision about angles once again so that we can figure out some questions in the next slide. So what is angle? Sir, we know that for making an angle we need rays. And the distance between the rays is known as angles. And we know that for representing the angle, we need to use the symbol. And what was the symbol? This symbol is used to represent a angle. Is that clear? We use this symbol to represent an angle. And we have to keep in mind that if we are using three letters for writing an angle, point where the angle is formed, it will always come in between. Is that clear? Understood? Now, let's figure out some question. We will see some questions on the screen, that is find the angles. You can see a picture on the screen. Now you have to find out where the angle is formed in the following figure. As we can see that this part is the starting point, this is a ray and this is a ray. So can I say this is the distance between both of them? Yes. So I can say that this is the angle. So let's check. Yes, this is the angle. If it is not clear, I will erase this thing from the slide and you can see it easily. Now let's see. This is the picture on the screen. Is it visible? Yes. That means this is a ray and this is a ray. And this part is the angle, or we can say the distance between both the rays. So this part is known as angle. Is that clear? Understood? Let's move forward for the second question. Second question is visible on the screen and it is also asking that you have to find the angle. What you have to do? You have to find the angle. So in this figure, where is the angle? So let's check it fast where we are getting angle. Can we say that this is the starting point? Yes or no? And we can say that this is the ray and another ray is this. Is that clear? And we know that the distance between both the rays is angle. So here definitely this angle is getting formed. Yes or no? Let's check on the screen. Yes, this is the angle. Let's remove all this mark again and let's check once again. So you can see this is the angle. Why? Because they have taken this as a starting point. They have taken this as a starting point and this is a ray and this is a ray. So this is your angle. Is that clear? Understood what are the angles, how these are formed? With the help of example, we have figured out some angles. If yes, that's all for today. Let's meet in another video. Till then, good day. Take care.